Hey, what's up, guys? Sean of Steel back with another My 600 Pound Life video for you guys. And that video I posted the other day, you guys were like, oh, that reminds me of her and her, these twins that were on My 600 Pound Life. And I thought that was friggin' crazy that there was a set of twins that actually both got up to 600 pounds. Because usually it's pretty damn impressive if one person in the family actually gets up that high. But it just kind of shows the dynamic that, like, teaching healthy eating habits to people at a young age really has. And if your parents are really letting you eat whatever, you can get up to 600 pounds. And it's not as hard as you'd think, just eating junk all the time. But let's see how these two managed to pull it off, because I know how I pulled it off.
The only thing more difficult than fighting for your life is fighting for the life of someone you love.
True. Okay, so 29. The one sister's about the same weight I was. The other one's cheating because she's not quite 600-pound life material yet, but close enough. What's that? 17-pound difference? So they're pretty damn identical, actually. But younger than me also when I started this whole journey. Oh man, when you're big enough that the dog can use your stomach as a doggy bed, that's wild. And she's on her side too, so that dog's got a nice little groove. And that's also impressive they could sleep on their side, because when I tried to lay on my side to sleep, it hurt, like it dug into my ribs or something. It didn't feel good at all. The doggy steps.
My twin and I have an absolutely miserable life.
I've said this a million times, but waking up in the morning is the friggin' worst. You feel like literal crap. Everything hurts, your joints are aching. Like, the fact that she just rolled over and got there to her feet that quick, like, she's not standing up yet, but she jumped up pretty quick. For 600 pounds, it kind of takes a minute to get going and to loosen up your back and stuff, because I had a bad back.
Every day getting out of bed is such a struggle.
Real shit.
I just don't know how to face it sometimes.
Also, side note, that bed's the real friggin' MVP, because you throw 1,200 pounds, well, let's say 1,205 pounds, let's add the Chihuahua, but putting all that weight on there, that's nothing to play with. I broke a bed. Oh, this is a funny story. One time I was going to Pound Town, if you know what I'm saying, and me and my girl on there, that new bed frame was not made for that weight. Snapped it, but I damn sure finished that going to Pound Town. I was like, no, it's good. Keep going.
The first few steps of the day is just all agony.
For sure.
It's just so hard to do anything. And it's the same way for my sister. There are times when both of us just want to give up.
Listen, we really don't need to see this lady's moose knuckle. Like, you guys are crazy on My 600 Pound Life. I swear to God, somebody has a fetish. The camera crew, like, somebody there has a fetish about filming you guys in the shower. Like, I don't know what it is, but well, it's gotta be a she, right? If it's the girls, they're not letting a guy film it. But there's probably guy editors. So you think they're sitting there playing Wrist Rocket in the, like computer room? Like, that's crazy.
When I wake up, there's nothing to be excited about in the day. It's just made it another night. Right now, life is miserable. It's hard to get ready for the day on my own. I wish Brandy could help me, but we barely fit in tight spaces together.
Are you guys gonna help each other in the shower? Because that's a new level of bond that I don't think I'm quite ready for. But then again, you are twins. People say twins have like this weird bond where they can almost tell what the other one's thinking. That would be friggin' awesome to have. But yeah, the shower sucks, especially her, because her stomach's hanging pretty low. Getting under that and washing is gonna really suck.
So I have to clean myself. The worst part to clean is my stomach area.
Knew that.
But if I don't clean under there, I'll get blisters.
Heat rash. Fungal
I hate
rash.
it. My stomach and my thighs make me feel disgusting. I'm almost done. We do everything together, but we're getting so big, we can barely take care of each other.
Yeah, at that weight, you need somebody that's able-bodied to do stuff. Because the fact that you guys are living alone at that size is pretty impressive because no one's there to help you. I guess you've got just enough left in the tank to do your own laundry and stuff like that. Granted, I did all that stuff for myself, but it's hard to get up and go. And, well, nowadays it's kind of easier. You can do, like, curbside pickup everywhere for your groceries and stuff. Like, you could manage nowadays, so... yeah, I could see it, but it's definitely hard. They're probably struggling.
We still have to try, because it's hard to do anything on our own. I don't really like my body. I have issues with my arms. When I wash my hair, it takes the longest. Because my arms are so heavy, I have to put them down.
Yeah, actually, I talked to some women and stuff on like my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Sean_of_Steel. Quick plug. But there's a lot of women that are really unhappy with their body type and stuff. And they're still, like, in my opinion, they're freaking skinny. Like, I think it's just the media and this beauty standard they have that makes it really hard for women. I don't get it. Because I would be happy to be in your guys' shoes and be that skinny or whatever. But, yeah, I'm still happy with me. Like, I love me some me, so don't get me wrong.
It's just a burden.
Yeah.
Everything's a burden.
What was that little leg lift?
Makes me hate myself. As twins, my sister and I have lived together our whole life.
Really? Yeah, okay, so they never separated at any point. That's kind of crazy, too. But they're definitely bonded if that's the case. Me and, like, my brothers and stuff, we're not all that crazy close. Like, don't get me wrong, we still love each other and all that. We just don't talk that damn much. And also, I used to blame my older brother for me getting, like, super fat. Because when we were little, like, say we were having, like, pancake Sunday. My dad used to make us pancakes. If he wanted 2 pancakes, Sean wanted 3. He was winning that competition, and I always got a friggin' win. And I won all right, got up to 600 pounds, and he's probably over 500, but he refuses to weigh himself.
And we've had the same struggles our whole life. We started gaining weight when we were young, as soon as we were able to eat solid food. Because our biological dad used food as a babysitter. When we would cry, he would dump a whole box of cereal.
Well, that's actually pretty sad that he set them up for failure from such a young age. And a lot of men don't know how to deal with kids like screaming and crying, but it's just an attention thing. But I could imagine with twins, it probably was harder if he wasn't prepared for that. But giving them food to shut them up is crazy. Also, look at that dog. He's freaking locked in on that tray. He knows they're going to hand him something.
On the table because he didn't want to deal with us. Neither of our parents had time for us. So my sister and I had a lonely childhood.
That's
my
sad.
Parents both were addicted to drugs.
Bro, I can't get over the freaking angles my 600-pound life. Like, literally, I can see her camel toe right now. Can you guys not see that? Because it's definitely rocking in full effect. But they go down low to make you look bigger. It's disgusting. But it makes for better TV and better thumbnails, so whatever.
So we only had each other and food.
Their father was a drug dealer, and he dealt out of the house.
Oh, he had all the candy.
We had a lot of strangers in and out of our home.
We didn't have anyone to protect us.
I'm gonna guess he was a meth dealer or coke dealer, because just something about that beard and that like 70s, 80s haircut just makes me think meth or coke.
and we were molested by an acquaintance of our
I
biological
knew
father.
that was gonna happen. Never trust a friggin' meth head. They are such friggin' scumbags. And if you're bringing them into the house with your young kids, you're a scumbag too. That's so sad. And disgusting. Give that guy the chair, man. Hang him, do something. Cut his nuts off. I think anyone that touches a kid should have their nuts chopped off.
No matter what proof I gave their father, he refused to believe it. So our house was a lot of anger, a lot of violence, and a lot of fear. I was in rehab on their 4th birthday. At that time, I was able to get off the drugs, but then I turned to alcohol.
Okay, so everyone in the family has an addictive personality. Them, it was food. The parents, it was drugs. But also, I think I've seen some kind of studies that say something about like an addictive personality and it being like genetic and something you could pass down. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, it makes sense in this case.
Growing up, the best times in our life were going to see our grandma and grandpa every summer. But at home, our mom was a scary drunk.
At least you had some solace.
She would black out to where she doesn't remember anything. So it was just me and my sister, and food made us feel good. Middle school was miserable. We got
Middle school's miserable for everybody. I've said that before, but I honestly think if they ever invent a way to go back in time and they want to punish criminals, send them back to frickin' middle school and make them do it over, because it just sucks the whole way around. You're so scared of your own shadow in middle school, and you don't know, you're so worried what everyone else thinks. You're trying to figure out the whole girl thing and all that, or if you're girls trying to figure out the whole boy thing, but it's just tough, man. That's a tough time.
bullied all the time. It was just me and my sister against everybody. And what made us both feel better was food.
Bullying sucks.
The first thing we would do when we got home is we would get a snack. We would make enough for 7 people, and then we would just eat it all.
That kind of constitutes dinner. That's not exactly a snack if it's a 7-serving snack. But that's pretty wild that they went that far. But if food was their comfort, like, it just shows that they just had an unhealthy relationship with food from the start, which I also think I had. But mine wasn't born from like trauma or anything. It was born from food tasting good and me being an idiot.
Our junior year of high school, our mother's drinking was so out of control that we were fighting constantly. She was out and drunk and not there for us. Things got so bad. We witnessed our mom attempt and threaten suicide on numerous occasions.
Oh my God, you were just putting those poor girls through trauma after trauma after trauma. But you're also dealing with something if you're threatening suicide and attempting it, like self-deletion or whatever. I don't think you're allowed to use that word on YouTube, and I just said it, so maybe I'll get in trouble. But yeah, it's sad the whole way around, because them girls were just set up to fail from the start, and I really hope that they're a success story.
The worst moment was one night when my mother tried to commit suicide. She was so drunk, and she started saying she was going to blow her brains out. And so she starts going in the room, and Candy has to physically stop her. But when we called the police, my mom decided to kick us out.
Okay, so your mom's just a freaking scumbag, and she's sitting here acting like well, actually, your dad's a scumbag, too. He had some scummy-ass dudes in the house that did inappropriate things to you as a young child. Like, this is just trauma all the way around. I don't even know how to joke about this anymore. This is just truly sad. I usually like to be lighthearted and stuff, but there's no positive from this I've seen so far, unless hopefully they got help and lost the weight and are doing much better today.
We're 16. What are we supposed to do? We had to rely on each other and live on our own and take care of ourselves. So we got a job at a department store together so we could pay the bills.
Okay.
But all the rest of our money just went to food. We would just constantly eat.
I would have thought when they got kicked out and they were having to work for their own stuff that the food budget would have went down, but that was what they were primarily worried about. If they had a roof over their head, they were spending the rest on food. And I thought that would have been like the other way around, but I guess food was their comfort. So that's all they knew. That's all they knew to do, which is really sad, man. This is sad the whole way around.
I like to come
Yappy
and
dog.
check in on the girls every now and then.
You didn't check on them when they were
I know
16.
the situation has a lot to do with what I allowed to happen when they were kids. But it's still hard to sit there as their mom and not do something about it, even.
Oh, Christ. She brings them McDonald's, too, so she's on that food will make them shut up tip, too, just like the father was. But, I mean, that's probably what they're going to ask for, but also enabling them at that size when you know that they're kind of knocking on death's door. Like, that's probably not the best call, lady. You're part of the problem. Probably the start of the problem, you and your husband, from the way you taught them as young children. So it's just sad, man. I have no good feelings at all from this video. I pray to God these girls got it together and did it right.
Now. But I don't know how. You guys want some pancakes? Hash browns?
Yes, please.
McDonald's hash browns are fire.
I've tried to stay a part of their lives, but they told me if I stopped drinking, they'd stop with the food.
Okay, so you're a friggin' alcoholic still. But those hash browns, man, I was like 6 months out of surgery and I decided I was going to have one. That grease made me feel so freaking sick, and I used to love those damn things. I haven't touched one since I tried it that one time.
But it seems when I try, they don't.
Did you really try?
You been trying to watch your eating at all?
You're drunk right now. I smell the vodka.
I've kind of been eating a lot of pizza.
Pizza's tough, man. Pizza's the best thing. Like, even right now, I'm sitting here thinking about some Uno's pizza because that stuff is so good. I'm not going to get it, but I'm thinking about it. I almost pulled the app up and started to order, but no, that'll blow my diet for the day.
Okay. As a mother, you believe that no matter what, you can protect your child.
All right. Love you, Mom. Love you, too.
You didn't try when you kicked
But
them
we're all
out.
addicts. I can't break my cycle, and they can't break theirs. And I know we're all killing ourselves.
I really don't like how she's sitting there acting like she's trying so hard to help them when she was like the start of the problem. Granted, yes, they're adults and they have to, get it together themselves regardless of the traumas, but they could really benefit from Dr. Now's therapy that he pushes. I only went to one therapy session to get my surgery, but yeah, they're definitely someone who's going to benefit from that, and I hope that they really followed that pretty strictly and got the help they needed. The mother needs sent to rehab if she's still friggin' drinking.
Every time I come and visit my daughters,
You
I
bring
wonder,
McDonald's.
is it the last time I will see them?
That makes sense. Yeah, bring them friggin' McDonald's because you're worried about their weight killing them. Yeah, lady, you really thought that through. But, dude, this is just like mental health and trauma showing itself in a physical form with their weight and the way they eat. And it's so sad when you see somebody that's going through something like that, because even skinny women or skinny guys sometimes think, 110 pounds, they're fat. I talked to a girl the other day on Instagram, said 110 pounds. She thought she was overweight because of stuff that happened to her when she was younger with being a competitive gymnast. But yeah, it's just sad. A lot of women struggle with stuff like that. A lot of guys struggle with thinking they're too small or they need to get bigger and stronger. I think these girls were a success story because I think I saw an after picture when I was searching for this. But if I can figure out how to edit it in, I will. But like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.